So the pace with which we're moving in the diversity, equity, and inclusion space is too slow. Historically, it has been, but I would say momentum has picked up tremendously in the last couple of years, and what we just need to maintain that. You know, if it's been too slow, we need to not let progress slow down like it has in the past, and just keep it going until we get where we need to be. The culture within our organizations, within our industry, impacts every thread of life, whether you're part of some sort of majority group or a minority group. The culture within the industry impacts every single one of us. And so I would say our priority should be getting the culture within the industry right, so that it is welcoming, inclusive, respectful of everyone, where everyone can have their voices heard, their opinions valued, and get those opportunities to not just survive in the industry, but really thrive. I think it's about leadership development. I think what needs to change is we historically have this focus on profit, the business side of things, but I think the kinds of leadership traits that need to be existing and being more prioritized as we're elevating leaders within our organizations are those pastoral skills, you know, the compassion, the empathy, the understanding, the cultural intelligence. You know, the more we start to shift the dial on what effective leadership looks like, I think we'll start to see a shift in everything else, including that culture piece. You know, the organizational culture will shift when leadership behaviors shift, and we do a lot more development in those areas, so that we break away from those old, like, purely business mindsets into thinking as not just business leaders, but employers of human beings, and our responsibility to look after them. I think these forums are important because they bring really critical conversations to the forefront, especially when they're recorded, made available for everyone. You know, it's information that can be accessed, it's valuable training that can be digested in a number of ways. But I think there's also an accountability to that, because we're showing up and we're having these forums and we're talking about it this year. What do we have to say next year? Have we made any sort of progress? Have we stalled in sort of, you know, in any areas? Are we still facing some of the same barriers? I think by coming together, we can keep ourselves accountable and check in on what it is we're all doing and how we're getting there collectively.